Wonderful. This is the Lolly Bombs live here on KBRP 96.1. Let's just hear another song. What do you got for us?
Oh, you want to hear another live one?
Yeah, let's just. We're here for a half hour. I want to hear some songs.
Awesome. All right. Well, this one is when we first met. This is our first song we wrote.
Yeah, this is the first. It was just weird. It's like I'd been a little bit of time being a civilian, as it were, and like, okay, well, I don't have to do anything and worry about being here or there or whatever.
Right. So well, just to preempt, you were a full-time member of the Flaming Lips for 38 years. 38 years. Yeah. Wow.
And then, and I think just stuff happened. I think no one wants to talk about the pandemic anymore, but I think that just came in and, people started reevaluating things and just rethinking. And I mean, especially for us, I mean, we literally had a tour set up for April.
Right.
And then, ground zero was basically Oklahoma City at the basketball. There was a basketball game. And it was like, nope, everybody leave. They had everyone leave. And like 2 days later, they shut the town down.
Crazy.
And then the whole country got shut down.
Yeah.
Stuff.
We met at the Bubble Shows, and there's a documentary about it. You can check it out.
The what's it?
The Bubble Shows.
So we were like sitting around.
Oh,
I
remember.
While. Yeah.
I heard about that. That's
so we were sitting around for a while, going, "Oh, we're not doing anything," and then Wayne came up with this idea of like, because he would do a thing
with the bubble. Right.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, let's put the band and the audience in a bubble.
It was a giant, like, habit trail everywhere. Yeah. It was like everybody was in bubbles. That must have been surreal to be a part
weird.
of.
It was weird. I mean, it was cool and weird, but
right.
It was like we got to do stuff.
Right.
So, I'm just like, well, we're doing these bubble shows and we're playing them. And then I think we had them slated for January of 2021. But there was a surge. And it was like, so we had to cancel them. And I think
I had bought a ticket and it was postponed or whatever. But then I went to a couple of them because nobody was playing, and I was like, I'm a big fan. I mean, the Flaming Lips were my favorite band,
right?
And I was like, I'm going to this show, and I went by myself. The second show I went, and I met some guys in line. They were like, oh yeah, actually, there's some bars open in Oklahoma City. We could just like swing by the bars afterwards and hang out. And there was a band playing there too. So I was like, okay.
It was pandemonium. So we're like encased in the metaphorical bubble, like putting
sanitizing the bubble.
Yeah, putting these shows on.
Right.
It's like there's no one. Sometimes I'd be the only person in this whole venue, like putting lights up or doing this or that. And then we were done with the show, and it was like my birthday was in the week, and we were playing these shows on the week, and I was like, I'm going to go get a beer for because it's just like.
Right.
And it was a weird thing where walked down the block, and it's like there are people everywhere. It was crazy.
Right.
And you almost didn't even go into that place, and I almost.
And that's how you met. I'm assuming that's how you met
at that bar after the show. I
guess there's one good thing that came out of this whole shutdown nonsense.
Yeah. So then we were together, and then I found my time. I found myself with some free time, and just sort of living. And one day it was like,
well, I could tell he missed it, and he's like playing on in my 250 square foot apartment, like with his little ukulele, and he looks really sad. And I was like, oh shit, we've got to get him in a studio. And so I'm like, I found a studio in Hermosa Beach. We get we get in there and we start writing songs and playing music again. So anyway, this is the first song that we wrote together.
And then we decided to like incorporate. We started, just. It's a song kind of about how we met and throwing these bubble imagery.
And what's it called again?
Betwixt Fear and High Key.
Okay.